Hello everybody and welcome to German class. In today's lecture we are going to talk about Infinitiv-Sätze. Infinitiv-Sätze mit zu. The name of the topic is Infinitiv-Sätze mit zu, or we also call this topic as su plus infinitive. Right? We can call any one of them. What does this mean? Like, what is su? Su in English, it is to, right? And infinitive is a form of verb, right? So if I take the verb common, if I take the verb common here, right? So if I conjugate this verb, ish, komme, du, kommst, air, z or s, air, z or s, we write it compt, right? So this form of verb, like this form of verb is known as conjugated verb. We have conjugated the verb, but this form, the main verb, this is known as infinitive form, right? So what is infinitive form? Infinitive form means the main form of the verb, right? And this form is not the infinitive form. This is known as conjugated form. So the name of the topic is su plus infinitive. Yeah, infinitive Satz is sentence. Infinitive sentence mit su, right? So two plus verb, two plus infinitive form of verb, right? This is the name of the topic. Now let's see what does this mean, examples and everything. Let's discuss in detail. So first of all, if I talk about English, here I have given you three examples, like first, second, and third. And you need to identify what is su plus infinitive. What is infinitive with su in the first sentence? If I say that's hard to do, so this to and do is the verb. So this portion is known as su plus infinitive, right? What is su? Su is to. Infinitive is the verb form do, like do and does. So does is the conjugated form, but do is the main form, infinitive form. Like second sentence, if I say it was my habit to read every day. So can you identify what is su plus infinitive here? Su is to and read is verb, infinitive form of the verb. So this particular portion of a sentence is known as su plus infinitive. For example, third, if I say to write a book is not an easy task or easy thing. So tell me what is the infinitive form here? So infinitive form is to write. To write is this portion, right? This portion is known as su plus infinitive. Now, have you observed something? Like in sentence first, this su plus infinitive was coming at the end. At the end. In second sentence, it was coming in the middle. And in third, it was coming in the beginning, in the starting. Now this was about English, right? It can come at the end, it can come in the middle, or it can also come in the starting. But if I talk about German, this su plus infinitive will always come at the end of the sentence, will always come at the end of the sentence, right? So this you must focus on. This is rule number one. Rule number one says that whenever I am going to use su plus verb, su plus infinitive form of the verb, it will always come at the end of the sentence, right? So this is one thing. Now let's read the definition first, the technical language. It says an infinitive clause is particularly dependent on the main clause. of the sentence for its meaning. Hence, there is no grammatical subject, only an implied one. So this is very difficult to understand, right? Let's discuss first. Let's discuss first the example. Only then you will be able to understand the definition of it, right? Because when we see the example and then we analyze the sentence, right? Then you will find this definition quite easy. All right. Now, when do I use? So we will come back to this slide again. But here, it says one is benutze is used. So ish is I. So when shall I use this infinitive with to? Infinitive with su. So actually, when shall I use it? So it can be used only after certain nouns, certain verbs, or certain adjectives. So only in three cases. Only in three cases. Case one is some particular noun, some particular verbs, or some particular adjectives. Only after these. So this is rule number two. What was rule number one? Rule number one was this su plus infinitive in German. It will always come at the end. This is rule number one. Rule number two says that it will come only after some particular noun, after some particular verbs, and after some particular adjectives. Now let's talk about which are the verbs. So we need to discuss three things. See, one is noun, verbs, and adjectives. So first I'm talking about verbs. I'm talking this thing. I'm taking this thing, verbs, right? This the second one. So here are the verbs. It can only be used after these verbs. Which verbs? Anfangen. Anfangen means to start. Aufhören, to stop. Beginnen, to start. So it is a synonym of anfangen. Then bitten. Bitten is to request, right? Please. Erlauben is to allow, permission, right? Hoffen, to hope. Planen is to plan. Raten is to advise. Sich freuen is to be happy. Vergessen is to forget. Versuchen is to try. Vorhaben is to plan. And vorschlagen is to advise, right? And dot dot dot. There are many verbs also. So after this pair of verbs, we use su plus infinitive, right? So I told you that we use su plus infinitive in three cases. After some particular verbs, so verbs I have just discussed which all verbs, right? And after some particular noun, so noun plus haben verb, so haben verb shall be there. So I told you here, like after some particular noun, so we need to see which noun. So if the noun is coming with haben, like Zeit haben is to have time. Zeit is time. Haben is have. Angst haben is to have fear. Absicht haben, to have intention. Lust haben is to have mood. Recht haben is to have right. Uh, and then Interesse haben is to have some interest. And keinen Sinn haben, and then dot dot dot. And there are other nouns as well. So, but this is, this is more or less enough for you to understand this topic. So it can use with these nouns also after this noun. We will discuss a sentence. This is just the theory of it, right? Now, third is when can we use? I told you that there are three situations. One is verbs, which we have discussed here, all these verbs. Second is after some nouns. So after noun, we have discussed these nouns. And I told you the third situation is after some adjectives, right? So here are adjectives for you. So adjective can be with sein or finden. So es ist wichtig. So this is sein verb. Verb is sein. Ich bin, du bist. So here is sein verb, If I take the verb sein, so with ich, it is bin. With du, it is bist. With er, sie or es, it is ist. With wir, it is sind. With ihr, it is seid. With sie, it is sind. right? Bin, bist, ist, sind, seid, sind. So all these forms of sein. So it says er es ist wichtig. So ist is the form of sein verb. It is important. So it is sein plus adjective. Es ist verboten. Sein plus adjective. So it is prohibited. It is prohibited. Es ist nicht leicht. Leicht is an adjective here, right? So ist is verb. So ist plus adjective. Es ist schwierig. It is difficult. Es ist erlaubt. It is allowed. Es ist gesund. Gesund is an adjective here. So it is healthy. Es ist gefährlich. Gefährlich is an adjective here. It is dangerous. Es ist schwer. Schwer is difficult. It is difficult. So if I'm starting a sentence with any sein verb plus or finden verb plus adjective, I will be using infinitive mit Satz, infinitive mit zu, or ich finde es interessant. This is we are discussing the theory part only. You will understand more about it when we will be discussing the examples, right? So here, if I talk about three things we have discussed, that when can we use su plus infinitive? Only after some particular verbs, some particular noun, or some particular adjectives. This is just the example of it. Okay, now here are the rules, but I want to show you. I don't want to discuss the theory more with you. I want to show you some example in exam. Now let's take some example for it. What will happen in exam? You will get a question like this: frame a sentence with su plus infinitive. Frame a sentence with su plus infinitive. So su plus infinitive means to plus verb, right? So sentences are given to you. First sentence, it says ich habe Zeit. I have time. Zeit is time. I have time. Ich will ins Kino gehen. I want to go in cinema. So I have time, then there is a full stop for you, and I want to go in cinema, right? So far we have discussed theory. Now let's discuss the practical part of it. Now I need to connect. Question says connect these two sentences with to plus verb. Now I need to join these two sentences, and where to plus verb shall come. So I can write I have time. I have time to go in cinema, right? Now see, I have connected these two sentences with the help of to plus infinitive, right? So if I say what is to plus infinitive in this sentence, you can easily say, sir, it is to go, and the position of it is in the middle. This is about English. But what about German? If I need to frame these two sentences in German, this to go will come at the end of the sentence. So I shall write I have time. I have time in cinema to go, right? Because rule number 1 says that su plus infinitive will come at the end of the sentence. So I have applied that rule. Rule number 2 says that su plus infinitive will come only after certain nouns, certain verbs, or certain adjectives. So if I look at the example here, see it says ich habe Zeit, Zeit haben. So obviously I can use to plus verb because it belongs to this portion. See, Zeit haben, right? So noun category. Obviously I can use it, right? Now let's look at the example first. And yes, let's try from here. And have I deleted, like if I see the question here in English, have I deleted anything from the second sentence? Just from the second sentence. If you can observe what I have deleted I, right? This I have deleted. I have also deleted want. So two things I have deleted. What I have deleted? I, and I have also deleted want, right? So if I write in German, I is ich, have is habe, Zeit, in skino, su, and then I should write gehen, because I must write the infinitive form and not a conjugated form. In right. So this was about German. Now let's take the next example of it. It says ich plane. Ich plane is I am planning, and then there is a full stop for you, and it says ich fahre, I am traveling nach Goa, I am traveling to Goa. So if I need to connect these two sentences with the help of to plus verb, what will be the English of it? It will be I am planning, then there is a comma for you. I am planning to travel to Goa. Right? This should be this should be this should be in English, right? And in English I shall not put any comma. I am planning to travel to Goa. So if I say what is to plus infinitive here, what is to plus verb, you will say, sir, this is to travel. It is again coming in the middle, but in German it should come at the end, right? So I will write I am planning to Goa to travel. So this way I should write in German, because rule says that to plus infinitive will always come at the end of the sentence, right? So in German I should write ich plane, and then I should write a comma, because in German I should write a comma, and then nach Goa. Now zu fahren, right? Here I have written, here it is written fahre, but here I have written fahren, right? The reason is here it is a conjugated form, but here I should write the infinitive form, su plus infinitive form. So ich plane nach Goa zu fahren. Have I deleted anything from the second sentence? I have deleted I. See, in question 2 I have written I am planning, I am traveling to Goa. But if I'm framing one sentence, I am deleting this ish part. So now let's look at the rules. Rule number first say remove full stop and put a comma between two sentences, right? Let's discuss the example. It says, mein Freund hat mir gesagt, my friend has told me. Gesagt is told. Mir is me. So my friend has told me, er is he, besucht is visit. He will visit mich. He will visit me in Sommerferien, summer vacations. So my friend has told me he will visit me in summer vacation. So my friend has told me to visit me in summer vacation, right? So let's look at the rule first. It says remove full stop and put a comma between two sentences. So here are two sentences for you. I need to remove this full stop and I have to put a comma. So I will write mein Freund hat mir gesagt, and then I shall write a comma. Now the second rule says remove the repeated subject of the second sentence, right? Remove the repeated sentence of the second sentence. Now second sentence is this one. Now I need to remove this he I should not write, so he will not come here, right? And third rule says delete the wollen verb. Wollen is a modal verb, and other verb if not necessary. So if wollen verb, if any modal verb is given in the sentence, then you must delete it, right? We have to delete it if it is given and if it is not required. So wollen verb is not given in the second sentence, hence there is no need to remove it. Now here it says the main verb will go at the end of the sentence, right? Now here, this besuchen, besucht will come at the end of the sentence because my friend has told me to visit me in summer vacation. So to visit is coming in the middle, but in German, to visit shall come at the end. So I would write mich im Sommerferien, 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 and then to visit shall come at the end of the sentence. So this is what it is saying, that the main verb will come at the end of the sentence, and the main verb will come in its infinitive form and not in the conjugated form, right? It shall come in the infinitive form. So besucht shall come at the end, but it shall come in its infinitive form. Infinitive form means with en ending. This t shall not come, right? Conjugated form shall not come. It shall come in its infinitive form, besuchen. And then the last step, it says add su, because the name of the topic is su plus infinitive. Su just before the verb to make it su plus verb. So I shall write su besuchen. So mein Freund hat mir gesagt, mich im Sommerferien zu besuchen. So you have two ways to solve. One is you can make with the meaning. Second is you can make with the rules. For example, here it says, ich bin sehr froh. Froh is happy. Ich bin sehr froh. I am very happy. Ich will, I want. Meinen besten Freund treffen. I want to visit my best friend. This is meet. So I need to connect these two sentences. So if I look at the rules, it says remove full stop and put a comma between two sentences. So I will remove this full stop and I'll put a comma. So I'll write ich bin sehr froh. I am very happy. And then there is a comma. Rule number 2 says remove the repeated subject of the second sentence. So whatever is coming in the second sentence, subject, this ish I shall not write, this I must remove, right? So ish will not come. Now third rule says delete the Wollen verb, modal verb, and other verbs if not necessary, right? So this want is a modal verb, Wollen verb is there. So this also I shall delete. This shall also delete, uh, right? So in English also, I am very happy to meet my friend. So I will delete. Want is also deleted, right? So in German also it is saying the same. Then it says the main verb will go at the end of the sentence. Now here in this sentence, treffen is already at the end. So I shall write meinen besten Freund and then treffen at the end. But here it says the verb will come in its infinitive form. So treffen I have already written in its infinitive form. And I have to write add su just before the verb to make it su plus infinitive. So I need to add su here, right? To meet. To meet. Su shall come here. So ich bin sehr froh, meinen besten Freund zu treffen. Now next sentence, it says, wir haben keine Lust. Wir haben keine Lust. Lust is mood. So we have no plan, we have no mood. Wir wollen unsere Kamera nicht mitnehmen. Mitnehmen. Nehmen is to take. Mit is along. So to take along. Wollen is want. Nicht is not. Unsere is are. So we have no plan. We do not want to take our camera along. So we don't have plan to take our camera along, right? So we will remove this wir. We will remove this wollen. And the final answer would be wir haben keine Lust. And there is a comma for you. Unsere Kamera This will come here. This will come here. Nicht. Now verb is already at the end, right? Verb is already at the end. But this verb, if I talk about mitnehmen is a separable verb. It is a separable verb. Hence, su will come in between. So mit su nehmen. Because nehmen is a verb. This is just the prefix, right? Separable verb. Trennbare Verben. We have discussed trennbare Verben. So if you want to revise separable verbs, I will request you to revise notes of separable verbs. Then you will understand that this is prefix. This is not the verb. Nehmen is the verb, right? This su shall come before the verb. So mit su nehmen will be the final answer. Now last sentence for you. Ich habe keine Lust. I have no plan. Ich helfe ihm. Ihm is him. Nicht is not. So I don't have mood. I will not help him. So two sentences are here. I need to connect these two sentences. So in English, it would be, I have no plan to help him. To help him, right? So I'll delete this helper. I'm sorry, ich, I'll delete. So final answer would be, ich habe keine Lust. I have no plan. Then there is a comma for you. And then helper. This helper will come at the end of the sentence with su. Su helfen will come at the end of the sentence. Then ihm will come as it is. Nicht will come as it is. And then su helfen, to help. Right? This will come at the end. Su plus verb. This will come at the end. But here in question it is helper. And in answer it is helfen. So please be careful that we need to write the infinitive form. Right, so one benutze ich, when shall I use it? After some certain nouns, certain verbs, or certain adjectives, but not in modal verbs, right? Modal verb I need to delete. And you already know which all are modal verb. Modal verb are wollen, sollen, dürfen, right? Können, and müssen, right? Müssen, all these are modal verbs, right? So you can revise the notes of modal verbs as well if you want, right? This is just an overview, although we have discussed modal verbs also. And also please be careful, if it is a separable verb, then this su will come between the prefix and the verb, right? As we have taken the example of mitnehmen. Like here I have taken one more example. Ich lerne Deutsch. I am learning German. Ich will is want. I want to study. I want to study in Deutschland, in Germany. So if I need to make a sentence with su plus infinitive, right? I shall make it with ich lerne Deutsch. This will come as it is, and then there is a comma for you. This I shall delete. This will I shall delete. Then in Deutschland, and then su studieren, because su plus verb will come at the end of the sentence. Here it was already at the end, so we just need to add su and delete I and want. So I hope this topic is clear to you. We have explained in a better way, I believe, and you must have understood this topic, su plus infinitive. And if you have any doubt, you can ask your doubts in the comment box, in the chat box. Otherwise, thank you, viel Spaß, have fun, danke.